This is Rebekah Tauber, and she wants to share with you what God has been doing in her life. A lot of the teenagers would say, oh, boy, this happened. I don't know what I'd do, how I'd stand. Rebekah's moving down. But I think you're going to see that Rebekah at the same time wasn't moving down. She was moving up. And these are her own words that she has written. It's called My Odd Gift. My Odd Gift. Rebekah, share with us what you've written.
After months of tests and surgeries, this diagnosis became reality for me. My greatest fear was that I would lose all my hair. The words of the doctor confirming that realization continued to play over and over in my mind. Little did I realize that the loss of my hair would become such an insignificant concern. I remember the moment so vividly, almost as if it were yesterday. The clothes I wore that day, my long braided hair, the tint of glitter in my makeup, and the tears that filled my daddy's eyes remain in the forefront of my mind today. I never faced fear like I did that day. Rhabdomyosarcoma, a rare adolescent cancer, was what I would be faced with for the next 2 years of my life. The tunnel I seemed to be put in was black, and I could not see the light at the end. A sophomore in high school at the time, I would have described myself as a typical 16-year-old drama queen. A good day had the elements of straight hair, a high from the upperclassmen I had a crush on, sitting at the lunch table that got the most attention, and no homework or test assigned for the next day. A bad day was characterized by, well, just the opposite. The drama that unfolded each day was as necessary to our group of friends as food and water. If it didn't develop naturally, we would create it. It seemed to sustain us. Despite our natural fallen natures, I was part of a circle of friends I could later compare to a life jacket that gave me the buoyancy I needed to survive as I rode the white-crested rapids of life. My sophomore year also gave me something I had strived for my entire life thus far: freedom and independence from my mother and father. I quickly became a scarce commodity at home. My friends took precedence. Besides, I had already given 16 years to my family. It was time to move on to bigger and better. I am still riding the white-capped rapids of life, but instead of holding on to my life, I am actually enjoying the ride. 8 months ago, upon checking in my last chemo, another tumor was found. I no longer had that drowning sense of fear anymore. I know that God knew what he was doing, and he wasn't finished with me yet. With approximately 3 more months of this treatment left, I'm no longer looking down a dark tunnel. The light at the end is so overwhelmingly bright, I see a whole new life ahead. I no longer have the need to partake in the daily drama that I thought necessary. In fact, I run the opposite direction. My buoyancy now comes from my Heavenly Father, and my friends are the byproduct of him. My family has been there every step of the way. I cannot imagine life without them and love being with them now. Oh, and my hair, I'll be anxious for it to grow out, but it has been a luxury not to have to mess with it. I just put on one of my 6 or so different wigs, and away I go. I know that God does not make mistakes, and that as much as I would have never chosen this path to go down, I cannot imagine my life without it. What God has done for me is supernatural. The person I am now is who I want to be. God has blessed me with a journey that began with pain and suffering that has led to peace and joy beyond comprehension. For this, I am thankful. In other words, I am thankful for cancer.